as you may not be able to tell from my face right now, I've actually had a really rough couple of weeks. I'm not sure what's going on. I did just start my period, but we aren't here to talk about that today. We're talking about how to make yourself feel better after a hard time. If you've seen the video titled All My Darkest Secrets and Traumas, then you know I've gone through quite a handful of tough situations. You basically know I've gone through quite uncomfortable and not so pleasant experiences. Everything from working 3 jobs and having to eat canned beans and rice every day, all the way to losing my dad a few years ago at a pretty young age. I've also been raped and have lost chunks of my hair out of stress. I have gotten engaged and gotten out of an engagement, and basically the list goes on and on. So with all that being said, I've gone through my share of hard times and I've had to learn how to cope with them. Not to say that I think that I am the most qualified person just because I've had these traumas, or that you even need to have traumas to be going through a hard time. I think sometimes we have bad days, and that is just as valid of a reason to say you're having a hard time. Like this past week, I don't really know what's going on with my emotions. I'm just having a hard time, and that is valid. I've even had days where everything is going completely right, things are going incredible, and for some reason, my mood is not happy. So what I'm saying is hard times come in different forms, and they're all valid, and we just have to learn how to cope with them to the best of our abilities. No matter what you're going through, I feel like the things that I've done to help myself stay sane in these dark times, I hope will help you. So I'm gonna share them with you today, and hopefully they will help you get through a hard time. Obviously, there are those cliches of how to help you when you're going through a hard time, like eat healthy, work out, have a self-care day. But there is not a bone in my body that wants to eat healthy and work out when I'm in a dark time. When I feel like everything is just not good, I'm not gonna go and work out. It's just not something I'm gonna do. So let's just be real for 1 second and say those are not realistic ways to make you feel better when you're in a dark time. I do think if you on a regular day take care of yourself, eat healthy, work out, and those types of things, I think you will overall have a happier life and a better life. But I think when you have a dark time, those are just not things that you're gonna wanna do in that moment. So let's talk about what I actually do on a bad day. So here are 5 realistic things that I do to boost my mood when I'm feeling down. As soon as I realize that I'm having a bad day, sometimes you just like wake up and you're like in a mood. What I like to do is turn my environment into my sanctuary. And yes, I'm talking about my home and all of that, or wherever I'm staying in the moment. But what I'm actually talking about is my environment within my skin and my body. So I like to put on, as weird as this sounds, my newest or my most favorite underwear and pajamas or something comfy to wear. For some reason, having new things to wear or something that makes me like just feel good, like my favorite pair of sweats, makes me feel better even when I'm down. Just putting on comfy, cute, or like your favorite pair of clothes and underwear is so simple, you're able to do it and it doesn't feel like work to do, you know? It's something so simple that really does boost my mood. Okay, now going with the environment thing, I'm also talking about wherever you're staying at. I'm gonna talk about my home specifically, but when I set the mood in my environment, in my home, it really helps me just feel better. A simple thing you can do to change your environment within your home or wherever you're staying is lighting candles. It's so simple. Again, it's not work to do this. It's just simply lighting a candle, and it instantly turns your space into something that feels a little bit more peaceful and relaxing and can maybe not cheer you up, but at least make you feel comfortable. The candles I'm using today are from Dossier, and they are also our paid partnership for this video. I've mentioned them many times before, and that is because I absolutely love them. And they recently came out with candles that complement their designer-inspired perfumes. They make classic, high-end luxury products for a fraction of the cost. And of course, they are vegan, cruelty-free, and always use clean ingredients. They have a risk-free system which allows you to try a product for 30 days, and if you aren't completely satisfied, you're able to send that back for a full refund or an exchange. I've seen perfumes go for $50 all the way to like hundreds of dollars, and nothing compares to Dossier products. I personally wear them every single day. Dossier's perfumes start at $29. Like I said, that's uncomparable to other brands. I'm not even kidding. When I wear Dossier, I get so many compliments on how I smell. Like, people are like, what are you wearing? It smells so good. They also have great deals on their website. They have a bulk option where if you buy 3 products, you get free shipping. They're always adding new products and they're always open to customer suggestions. So as I mentioned, they came out with brand new candles, and that's what I'm lighting for today's video. This one is Powdery Hawthorn. It has notes of neroli, orange blossom, vanilla, and of course, hawthorn. Oh my God, you guys, it smells rich. I think also what draws me to candles is the way they look, and I just think this is like a clean, classic look. It's like a creamy, neutral color, so it can go in any room that I have in my house. I also want to share with you this perfume that I got, and this one is musky green tea, and when I tell you guys, it smells like green tea, but like sexy. This was inspired by Creed's Silver Mountain Water perfume. It has notes of neroli as well as musk, green tea, and sandalwood. I love this perfume. I've told you guys before, I just love their packaging. I think it's so minimal, sleek, and they also have a magnetic top, which it's perfect. Use my code Alanah10 for 10% off of your purchase. So go over and check out Dossier, and let's get back to the video. Okay, so as I've mentioned, eating healthy just doesn't really work for me when I'm in a down mood. And like I said, on a normal day, I really do like eating healthy, but on a sad day, that's just not for me, and I'm not gonna do that. On one of these shitty days, what I really wanna do is order Postmates and chow down on something that's gonna make me smile. Like when I see some good food that just arrived at my doorstep that I didn't have to prepare, like that is what I want. Honestly, pho and some fresh spring rolls is like my go-to for a sad or rainy day even. I don't know what it is, but food makes me really happy. So when I don't have to make my own food on a bad day, like that just brings me so much joy. Okay, so the next tip I give you, you're gonna have to use this in moderation. So please be aware of how often you're doing this. But the tip is to vent. Vent to your best friend, vent to your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your mom, your dad, your sister, your brother. Vent to that person that you feel comfortable with, that you relate to, that understands you. Vent to them. I also like to cry to my girlfriend a lot. She probably thinks I'm the biggest baby, but it truly helps me just to let things out to her, because I don't know, letting things out just feels really good sometimes. Sometimes you just want to hold things in, but I really think that letting out your feelings and your emotions helps you release them. It also can be really helpful to get another person's perspective on things so they can kind of put you in your place. And if you don't want that, it's also nice to just have someone listen to you and hear you. Maybe they've gone through similar situations as you, or maybe they just understand you. So for whatever reason, I just think venting really, really helps. Just remember to do this in moderation and not do this all the time, because you don't want to come across as a negative Nancy, or even worse, a Karen. Okay, now I am going to give you a little bit of a cliche, but it's a helpful tip, so I gotta put it in here. I'm sure you can guess what it is. No? Okay, I'll tell you. List some things that you're grateful for. I said it. Now, for me, it feels a little bit strange to say these things out loud to myself in the mirror. Like, I don't know, for me, that's just a little bit weird, but I also feel like it's not enough just to say it in your head. I feel like you somehow need to let it out. So whether that's writing it down, I personally like to write it into my notes, and then I actually have it saved for later too, when I like have those down days where I literally can't even write that down in my notes and I just have to read it to myself. However you want to do it, I think writing it down in some way, or if you want to say it to yourself in the mirror, go for it. It's just not my personal favorite. Then I think that'll be really, really helpful. And I know it's a little bit of a cliche, but I think that it really works. This last tip is to pull yourself together. I always like to allow myself the feeling of my emotions and never suppress those feelings, but you can't be mad or sad or any of these negative emotions forever. You don't want to, like that's not the life you want to live. So say I wake up and I'm in a really bad mood. I've been in a bad mood for a couple days now, and now I'm just like, things are not good. Like I'm feeling rough. I say, all right, today's my day to just feel these emotions, enjoy this rough day the way it is, be in my feels, cry it out, let it out, eat my feelings. But tomorrow, I have to make a point to not let this emotion continue. Sometimes you don't really realize it like the first day that happens, so it's okay if like you've had a few rough days. But once you realize, you kind of have to like set yourself a deadline. Like, I'm not gonna feel this way tomorrow. Or say like you felt this way on Saturday and maybe you want one more extra day. So you say on Monday, I'm not gonna feel like this anymore. You give yourself a little deadline and you feel the emotions that you feel in that moment, and then make a plan for your deadline day. So say Monday is my deadline day. Monday, I have to feel brand new again. I make it a point that Monday morning, I'm going to get up, I'm gonna grab my laptop, I'm gonna go to the coffee shop because the coffee shop makes me feel happy, and I get myself a coffee, I treat myself to a little coffee, maybe a little breakfast sandwich, and I go and work on a project that I'm really excited and passionate about. It starts off the day really strong, and it sets you a schedule for like something that you have to do so that you want to get up and go and do that. But it's something that you're passionate about, something that you enjoy doing. So if you have work on Monday, maybe make it a point to get up a little bit earlier and get yourself a Starbucks before you go to work, because that little something is going to help you feel like, all right, it's a new day, we're starting over, it's something different. Of course, I love those days where I'm mindlessly scrolling on Instagram, watching TV and laying on the couch all day, but at some point that's gotta stop and you have to find a way to pull yourself out of it. I think the best way is setting a deadline. Like I said, don't suppress your feelings. I think enjoy those sad days, but make sure that you have a deadline for how long they can last. You've made it to the end of the video. Are you feeling better yet? Hopefully. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it or you got something out of it, literally anything out of it, please hit the thumbs up button. Also, send this video to someone you think will appreciate it. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in this video right here. Bye.